Hello Cosmos. Today I came south of New York City, Shipshead Bay, near the Kingsborough Community College. It's right down there. This is part of Shipshead Bay and Jamaica Bay down there. I'm cruising the shores, seeing if there is any fish. I mostly fish for striped bass, and the striped bass usually when they feed frenzied. So they're making all kinds of noises. It's like knowing, like being in your neighborhood and knowing your noisy neighbor. You know, that's how this type of fishing kind of is. Like usually when striped bass feeds, they feed like crazy. Like they make so much noise. Like you can see other fish like running around and jumping from the water, and that's how I know there is fish. And that particular fish that I'm fishing for striped bass. Most of my fishing is recreational. Like I don't keep them, and I don't do like deep fishing. I cast the lines and see if there is any fish, like anything like jumping around or stuff like that. Now, if you ever come here in Shipshead Bay and the Jamaica Bay down there for fishing, these are actually the best spots for casting for the shores. And usually there are so much fish that it's crazy when the time comes. We are a little bit early in the season. Season is to start soon, but usually like this area over here gets like crazy fish. And down there is the New York Harbor, which goes under the Verrazano Bridge. And over there are some good spots. There's nothing better, guys, than walking on the beach and watching the waters. Like that's really good for you. And usually the best waters here in New York that you can fish, because everywhere else they are privatized. Long Island is privatized. Either that's the South or the Sound Shore, the North Shore. They're all privatized. It's very few places where you can walk the beach like that and potentially catch a fish or something. And that's here in New York. You'd be surprised. Here in New York is like this area, like Shipshead Bay. Shipshead Bay, that you could come and walk around and not disturb anything or be disturbed by somebody. And then to your surprise, also Coney Island, the beach of Coney Island, it's good for fishing, for casting, but that's seasonal. When the beach season starts, nobody will let you do that, but probably you could find a corner and do it. And also far Rockaway, Breezy Point, especially Breezy Point, but also over there it's with season. And one other place that you could really be successful, and I see a lot of people coming there, a lot of old fishermen that they are in their 65 and over, that they're already retired and stuff. They come out there. It's the Floyd Bennett Field, the shores of Floyd Bennett Field. The shores of Floyd Bennett Field and that Jamaica Bay, there are so many fish. You won't believe it. There's so many fish. You just get to hit on them the right time, the right moment, you know. And that's all, you guys. This is bay all the way to 69th Street where the dock is. There are some nice spots, but I just don't like it because they have those handlebars and you can't cast as good. I mean, you could, but I just don't like that area. I've seen a lot of other kind of fishing, like still fishing for striped bass or anything that could get hooked on the hook. What they're doing, they're putting chunks of meat on the hooks and throwing it out there and leaving it in the water, and whatever that catches, they catch fish. I've been once on the 69th Pier here in Brooklyn, and one of the guys pulled out a striped bass, and the striped bass was as tall as I am, which I'm about 6 feet. They catch, sometimes they do, but not all the time. And then there's some really good spots and that have a lot of fish, but depending the bait you're using, that have a lot of fish and a lot of striped bass. You'd be surprised. New York Harbor harbors a lot of striped bass, sea robins, and some other kind of fish. My type of fishing is a bit different. I use surface lure, which I cast them from the shore like 100 or 200 feet into the water, sometimes 250, and I roll them in. That's how you do it, but you won't be able to do that all the time, because your arm you'll chop your arm literally if you keep doing that. So the way how I do it is I coast the lines. That's good for walking. And I watch the waters. I watch the water. Usually, as I said, when striped bass feeds, they feed frenzied. They make so much noise that you know they are there, because you'll see the other fish jumping. And the other trick is that you got to watch the sky. And the reason you're watching the sky is that birds start circling and start diving in and catching fish for themselves. So that's another sign telling you that there is fish and something is hitting them from the bottom, because usually when that happens, the fish comes up on the first surface, the other kind of fish that comes up on the surface, you know that something is around there or underneath them, is circling them and has put them in a position that they're all together in one school or group or something like that. And basically that's it. My favorite fishing time is when the tide is low and when about the tide is coming in. Also, I like when the tide starts leaving, going out, and when the tide starts coming in. I like that half an hour. Usually some people I know, they stay all that 6 or 4 hours, depending when the tide is out and when the tide is in. They stay and fish. They sit on one spot or walk around or walk around the beach. You'll see a lot of people walking around the beach. If they're doing surface fishing, casting from the shore, you'll see a lot of them walking around the shore and just watching the waters if there is any jumps or any fish on the surface. You won't see little fish on the surface, but you'll be able to see their fins. You'll be able to see schools, hundreds of thousands of them running up and down the coast or circling around, and that's how you know that there is something chasing them. And usually when that something is a striped bass here up in New York. You'd be surprised New York having striped bass, but believe it or not, New York is infested with striped bass. It's so much, and these are the coolest. And these are the coolest area to fish. And you need a permit, even if you do recreational fishing, like I'm doing. You're gonna need a permit. It won't cost you anything, but they still want you to go on their fishing game site and file for a permit. I do that here in New York. But if you're fishing on some other state, I'm sure they're going to require you a permit for the park, and they're going to require you a permit for fishing into the sea, into their shores. In New York, if it's recreational, you do need a permit. It will not cost you, but you do need a permit. They still want you to go to their fishing game website and apply for that permit. It's a 5-minute deal that you do it online, and then they send you right away an email with the card. I'm gonna walk the shore, go down there, and again back, and that's how I'm gonna do it for today. We're gonna keep walking that way and see if there's any noise, any fish on the surface. This is the Gerritsen Beach channel, and this channel over here That's down there is Manhattan, and that's the bridge that crosses going to JFK. That's Belt Parkway. This channel over here, sometimes you just got to be on the right time, but it's boiling with fish. I don't see any on the surface today, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cruise all the way down there to that bridge and see if there is any fish. And down there, you guys, as you can see, are the birds that I watch for. Right now they are just chilling, but the seagulls, usually you'll see them when fish is on the surface, near the surface, you will see them hovering around, and those are the birds that I watch for mostly. When I see them hovering around somewhere, I know that there is fish for sure, and that's what I do. Then I just head over there. They're just chilling right there. Surfacing with hundreds of people. On the weekends here are hundreds of people beyond those rocks over there. There are hundreds of people that do the pursuit surfacing, and it's a great area. The winds are the right, and will come the right way. You have winds from north to south, and you have winds from south to north, and south to east, and west to east. So this area here, it's great for anything you want, any recreational that you want to do. Well, here's a shot of that. Unfortunately, we're not lucky here in Shipshead Bay. We're gonna go and head over Floyd Bennett Field. But hey, there is another fisherman. But he's doing deep fishing and not doing what I was doing. Believe it or not, another great spot for fishing the way I fish, like casting from the shores, is right here. As you see, sitting right here, overwatching the bay over there. watching the water for noise, and you get so much action in here. During the season there is a lot of people there. I'd say like a day at least 10 or 15 fishermen that do the same type of fishing that I do, but the only difference is that they have better equipment than I do. They have invested a lot of money in their equipment, and actually if you look, their cars, their personal vehicles are transformed into the fishing storage. They have all kinds of poles, all kinds of hooks, like crazy. This is the area. If you ever want to do like surface fishing, like shore fishing, shore casting, this is your best opportunity for New York. Guys, I've been out for about 5 hours now, walking around and watching the channels. The shore is a Floyd Benefield from Rockaway Bridge, the Flatbush Rockaway Bridge, all the way around up to here. This is the Mill Basin channel. So a lot of fish spawning here, and a lot of baby fish. This is like millions of fish. Like during the season there are millions of small fish, and then the predatory fish come into the channel. Also Gadsden Channel merges with Sheepshead Bay beach. I haven't been to Coney Island. There's no reason to go there, but I walked that shore there, and now I came up here to Floyd Benefield. I did a walk, but it appears, looks like it's a bit windy. There's nothing going on, and best time of fishing is sitting right on this bench right here and overwatching the channel. This is that's the Canarsie Pier right out there, and this is the Jamaica Bay, like JFK down here, and there is a lot of fish usually over here. This is a pool of fish usually out here, but obviously today there's nothing going on. I'm gonna keep fishing, don't worry. I'm gonna keep coming out here until I'll catch one of those frenzy feeding fish. Like usually it's bluefish or it's striped bass. So, alright, you guys, thank you for watching, and keep watching, keep thumbs up, and see you on the next video. Have a great day.